Good morning. This week in math, we're going to revisit additive angles. The learning target for this is I can find the value of an unknown angle by using addition or subtraction by writing an equation. Before we dive in to additive angles, I want us to review equations. On the picture here, you'll see that we have x plus 2 equals 3. Now, some of you are already in your head and you're like, oh, that's 1. 1 plus 2 equals 3. But when we have equations, our equations are going to be much harder problems. They're going to have 2 to 3 digit addition and subtraction. When you looked at this, we're looking for the value of x. What does x equal? In order to find the answer, you had to do the opposite operation. So 3 minus 2 equals 1. Please keep this in mind while we're doing additive angles. So here's the first problem we're going to look at. As you can see, we have two angles put together to make a much bigger angle. Please remember when we learned about geometry and how to identify and name an angle, you have to look at the points, and the middle letter is always going to be where the two rays come together. So we have angle CDF, we have angle EDF, and we also have angle CDF. Now let's look a little bit more closely. As you can see, CDF has a little square. That little square always tells us that this type of angle is going to be a 90-degree angle. Okay, so here I have circled CDE. Now, as you can see, it has a little question mark there, meaning we don't know what it measures. You'll either have a letter there, like the letter X, or a question mark to let you know that you don't know what this angle measures. Our goal is going to be to figure out how much CDE is. We also have to look at EDF as 47 degrees. So here I've written CDE question mark EDF 47 degrees. Let's look at all the pieces together. So in this picture you'll see I've written it out as an equation. CDE we don't know. EDF is equal to 47 degrees, and both angles together are equal to 90 degrees. Next, we're going to do the opposite operation to find out how much our unknown angle is. So 90 minus 47. This is going to require a little bit of regrouping. Once you subtract, your answer should be 43 degrees. Angle CDE is equal to 43 degrees. Okay, so you're probably thinking, Miss Felix, you spent forever going over that problem. I was already done like halfway through you explaining it. But I really needed to break it down into all the parts so that we can practice the next couple of problems easily and quickly. Our next problem is going to be using the same points as we used before. Same type. So we have C, D, F, and E. This angle right here is going to measure 63 degrees, and we don't know this one. All the angles I'm going to give you are going to be either added together either equal to 90 degrees or 180 degrees. These are called complementary and supplementary angles. You're going to learn more about that tomorrow. Right now, I just really want to focus on the equation. So, if I were to write an equation for this, I would say, well, all of it together is equal to 90 degrees. And one of them is equal to 63 degrees. I don't know what this one is. I could go ahead and label these just so I have it all together, but you don't have to. So my unknown angle is EDF. EDF. My angle that measures 63 degrees is CDE. And my overall angle is CDF. Now I would do the opposite operation to find my answer. So 90 minus 63. I'm going to need to do some regrouping. This becomes an 8. This becomes 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. 8 minus 6 is 2. And that is equal to EDF. All done. Our next problem is going to be much bigger. We are going to have a supplementary angle, meaning the whole thing together is equal to 180 degrees. One of our angles is going to be equal to 129 degrees. And we are going to label our points here. Hopefully you remember that from class. D, B, that one's going to be A, and this is going to be C. Okay? Now let's write our equation. We have one angle that's equal to 129. Our total is 180, and we don't know what this one is. Okay? I need to do the opposite operation, which is 3-digit subtraction. You should be able to fluently do up to 4-digit subtraction. And we are going to need to regroup again. So the 8 becomes a 7, the 0 becomes a 10, 10 minus 9 is 1, 7 minus 2 is 5, 1 minus 1 is 0. I don't have to write that, but I did anyway. And that is equal to D, A, B, dab. I'm sure y'all love that. This problem I want you to do on your own. Let's just go ahead and write out the equation, and then I'm going to do this little waiting period, and I'm going to show you the answer, see if you're right. We have 45 degrees plus we don't know is equal to altogether 180, because this makes a straight angle. It's a straight line. Okay, let's see if you can do it. You should have written 180 minus 45, done your regrouping, subtracted, and gotten your answer of 135 degrees is equal to angle BAC. I wrote that A really weird.